Wow, I'm literally loading down the street from the Statue of Liberty. You know, from when we used to be a free country. Well, I know. You've said it. You know, where the fuck you been? Did you die? Are you ever gonna make videos again? I told you to be patient with me. And I'm in a new frame of mind. New Year's didn't go well for me. I ended up getting blackout drunk, and apparently I was suicidal while I was blackout drunk. So, yeah. And if that wasn't bad enough, I got COVID for the 5th fucking time. I know. Some of you pro-jabbers are going to be like, well, maybe if you got the jab, you wouldn't get COVID. I doubt it. I probably would drop dead in front of everybody if I did that. But neither here nor there. Let's just say that drinking hasn't exactly been a safe act too, which kind of makes me a hypocrite. In any case, it was a wake-up call for me. It was literally like a week and a half of suffering and misery, and depression, and just, I think I hit rock bottom, like, you know. And whenever I seem to do that, I get motivated to try and turn shit around. And so I'm starting over. I'm currently sober, and I'm making some changes. I'm realistic. I've tried to go sober so many times now. I think what the big problem is me getting blackout drunk, obviously. And I've tried the drink limit in the past, and I think what I need to do is drop liquor entirely now. That means, keto and drinking won't work out. Not that it should anyway, because drinking's unhealthy whether you're keto or not. It's just a question of how much you bounce yourself out of ketosis. I am not currently keto. I have currently no plans to start doing that again just yet. I'm kind of maintaining in the 225 range. And I'm okay with being fat. I'm approaching 50. Now I'm not huge, but I've got this big bulbous gut now. I'm a little fatter in the cheeks and stuff like that. But I'm getting old and I don't need to be in peak physical fucking condition for anything. I'm not dating. Dating is still a shit show, and I just don't see myself doing it anytime soon, especially given some of the things that I want to do this year. I've resolved to get out on the road more. Between working in this box, I am still a casual driver, so I can take up to 30 days off when I take my time off. And I'm going to start traveling in the Prius, and of course I got the Vegas trip still lined up. And I'm just kind of realigning things a bit. So, as far as drinking goes, the rule will be, after a couple months of sobriety, that is, that I can only drink when I'm happy, and I have to drink beer instead of liquor, because it's a lot harder for me to black out on beer. In fact, I'm liable to get nauseous before I even, get to that level. And I think I'll just be able to spend a little bit less money too, because drinking liquor, at the rate I was a little pricey. Just drink when I'm happy and only drink beer, and that's going to be the future. And it's only in social situations, not like that. I don't ever drink when I'm on the road. I'm really good at spending long periods of time not drinking. What I'm not good at is when I drink, stopping. That's kind of the truth of it. It makes me an alcoholic. I'm a binge drinker alcoholic, and I've known this about myself my whole life, and it's not gonna probably change anytime soon. I just got to take steps here and there to make things a little bit less likely for me to train wreck. And I think by only drinking when I'm in a good mood or I'm happy, is also a good key to that, because I think if you drink when you're depressed and sad and miserable, that it amplifies those feelings. And yeah, you may black out and not remember and feel numb about it, but then for a couple days after, you feel shitty. And I'm also aware that my diet is a contributing factor to my depressions lasting as long as they do, and probably making them a lot worse than they were when I was taking care of my health. So I'm aware of that, and I will maybe eventually get back to being a little bit healthier. It's just, economically speaking, things are tighter now. And not to mention freight has slowed down. I've got 2 days, I had a solid 20 hours off before I picked this load up, which hasn't even started loading yet. I'm in, Jersey City, which is right next to the Statue of Liberty on the Jersey side of the water there. And I'm going to South Carolina. That's 650 miles. So I've already sat for 20 hours. I'm picking it up. I got a day to do it. Maybe a day and a half, another 24 hours to get it done. And I don't have anything lined up after that yet. But basically it's meaning I'm having, because of the economy the way it is, I'm having to stay out twice as long as I used to make the same amount of money, because there's, these gaps in freight, 2-3 days off here and there. And things are more expensive on top of that because of inflation. So I'm having to deal with the suck. I've gotten to the point now where I'm just going to have to acknowledge that this is the world we live in. There's not a fucking thing I can do to change our circumstances going forward. I just got to adapt to whatever shit show we decide to enact here. And, facing the economic collapse and the out-of-control inflation and the delusional politicians on both sides, mind you, that really aren't doing anything about it. You know, they're not going to fix our debt. They're not going to stop this inflation train because they've all got, you know, a vested interest in corporate America and the stock market, and they could give two shits about what the Fed does with its interest rates. They're still trying to pump and dump when it doesn't make sense in companies that aren't valued that way. And that economy is doomed to fail at some point. And when it fails, it isn't going to be the rich corporate motherfuckers or the politicians. It's going to be the rest of us that pay the price. You know, if we slide into a Great Depression or if we have hyperinflation, the poor are going to bend over and, you know, and they're going to be like, hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, well, maybe they won't be saying thank you, but you wouldn't know by the way they vote. I'm trying to focus more on my personal life. Like, I don't watch the news every day anymore. You know, maybe once every couple, 3-4 days, because I don't want to be completely head in the sand. But I'm not consuming stuff like that in my personal life. And I'm also kind of evaluating my social life, you know, and who is really a friend and who's kind of a fair weather friend. And just trying to structure how I spend my time when I'm home, because I feel like my deepest, darkest depressions are always when I'm home for some reason. So I need to figure out why that is. I don't know why that is, but every time I'm home, you know, for 4 weeks at a time, you know, I'm either wasting time or going out drinking. And I feel like I need to get back to being a nomad again, you know. And that doesn't mean not spending time at home. That means spending more time traveling and, you know, living in the Prius or living in this truck and really trying to make a life out of this misery we've been handed, you know, somehow. You know, there's still a lot of things that I haven't seen and done out there. You know, Glacier National Park, the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, you know, although California is a shit show right now with all the flooding, and, well, let's just face it, California is just always a shit show. You know, but I feel like there's more adventures to be had, and if I did that, I probably would have more purpose, I guess, than just working this job just so I can go back to New York and sit on my ass and drink. You know, and I need something to get back to creatively and to inspire me to continue going forward. Because if I just live with the way things are, I don't see that fucking lasting. I don't. You know, so I am going to try and make videos. I'm going to try to put out one video per week while I'm working in the truck. Maybe more when I'm traveling in the Prius, but it's going to be a vlog still, you know. I'm not going to be talking about current events unless they're directly affecting me. You know, I'll probably bitch about things that happen to me that suck, you know. But the goal is to have less of those things happen to me. So, you know, take it or leave it. That's what I'm going to do on this channel. I'm also going to work on my music and stuff like that. I've let that slide too. Feeling uninspired. You know, I brought my MPC key with me out on the road. So I already dicked around and made a track today. So there's that. You know, and I'll share my music and stuff like that going forward. I just needed a break. I needed I guess I needed to hit bottom before I could start over again. And for those of you who are patient, you know, this isn't the first time I've taken a long break from the channel. It isn't going to be the last time. You know, the channel, there's really not much I can do with it given the algorithm and the way things are set up. You know, they don't want me on YouTube. They don't want to promote my channel. They don't want me to grow. I'm not the core YouTuber that the advertisers want to put their ads on, you know. So there's that. And unless I see significant growth, that's going to be my level of effort, So it helps me if you guys watch my shit, like and subscribe and share and, and help get those view counts up. It makes it feel more worthwhile if I'm reaching more people or if I get some subscribers instead of just staying at the same fucking level for the past however many fucking years it's been. But if I see growth or if I see I'm doing something right, then so be it. Otherwise, this is just a hobby. It's not something I'm going to make a living at. My living is made in this truck for now. It's not my favorite way to make a living, but it's what I've been dealt. So I gotta fucking do it. Other than that, I've spent my time watching TV shows, playing some retro PC games like Daggerfall. I've been playing. I've been making a music track here and there, but nothing I feel is good yet. Doing a little bit of learning here and there, but I've been kind of just living, relaxing in my free time, and not trying to bust my ass constantly, either creatively or driving the truck. It's semi-retirement. That is what the goal is, and I've been achieving that. For even in this economic climate, though I got to admit I'm more broke by the end of my little time off than I would like to be. I'm usually struggling for my first week out on the road, financially speaking, because just shit's so expensive. It's just so pricey for everything right now, especially food. And it sucks. It is what it is. That's it for this fucking video. Have a nice motherfucking day. Shit. And if you like my shit and you want me to make more shit, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, share it. Say, I've been watching this train wreck on YouTube. It's been train wrecking for years. And we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to get back to fucking off. Fucking off. Not the other kind of,